Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I made it to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And one of the things I want to see here is the Alcatraz East Crime Museum. And actually very little of it is about Alcatraz. It covers all sorts of crimes going back through history all the way as far back as the Middle Ages. There's a lot of posters on the wall with all sorts of information about crimes, but I'm going to concentrate on the actual artifacts that they have here related to crimes, a lot what they found in crime scenes. So let's go in and I'll show you around. Here's an actual copper moonshine still. There's a whiskey still. And during Prohibition, Budweiser and other beer companies made various other products. Malt syrup. Here's a bottle capper. Here's a little gun that was carved out of wood. And here is, guess who that is, escaping from this airplane. Can't have a crime museum without Nixon. This very plain looking guitar was owned by Charles Manson. And this rifle was the one used by Charles Whitman in Austin, Texas. And I remember it well because I lived just 50 miles from there when it happened. He shot random people walking along the street from the top of this tower at the University of Texas. Here's a display of the 4 presidents that were assassinated. And a lot of what's in the museum are just posters on the wall like this. So there's a whole lot of reading to do, and then they have some display cases of various artifacts like this Aryan Nations robe. Here's various artifacts from 9/11. And this shows how some of the beams were twisted out of shape. And a bunch of rubble. I liked some of the artifacts that they have, but a lot of what's here is just these posters on the wall, which I can read about on the internet when I get back to my computer. Here is the swimsuit top and sandals that Natalie Holloway wore the day she disappeared. Here are some items that were confiscated inside prisons that some of the prisoners made or got their hands on somehow. The tattoo machine. Boy, how did they get those knives? A zip gun. A couple shanks. Spears with tiny blades on the end. Amazing that some of these things, brass knuckles and pistols, somehow got through security. Here is a rope that was made by a prisoner out of bed sheets. And here is the camera that was used at Alcatraz. Huge box camera. Here's a typical prison cell. Very simple bunk beds, toilet, wash basin, and this is all they have for storage of property. Compare that to Al Capone's cell. He was a man of influence, apparently. There he is. Not too shabby. I've had apartments that look like that. Here is a ducking stool from the witch trials, but I suspect that's a recreation. They got a guillotine. And the chair casually known as Old Smoky. They even have a gas chamber. They've got 4 cars here. This is Ted Bundy's Volkswagen Beetle. And this is the Bonnie and Clyde death car. Not the original, but the one that was used in the making of the movie. This is a restored version of John Dillinger's 1933 Hudson. And this is O.J. Simpson's white Ford Bronco. And as the sign says here, this is the real Bronco. They also have a pretty large section on crime fighting by all sorts of law enforcement agencies. Here's one of those explosive robots. They also have this display case of counterfeit merchandise, which you can identify by the number listing they have here. Here's some more counterfeit merchandise. Can you tell the difference in your Supermans? They even got a counterfeit Tweety Bird. What has the world come to? Well, this is the last room. There's been quite a wide variety of things. As you can see, very little is about Alcatraz. It's not really about that. So I think maybe they should change the name of their museum. Well, it certainly was interesting. Good day, folks.